Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. With me Matt. Every 2 to you all here on Vaux Farmlands. A typical Comedy Games 2 match here on a lot of very nice farmland with a building down south. Let's go through the players. We're on the Eastern Front today. Representing the Wehrmacht we have Clarence, without a commander choice yet. And we have JP Novak straight out the gate with Storm Tactics for the Waffen-SS. Representing the Soviet Union today, we have Vanchovsky as a shocked army for the Soviet Union. And we have Michi as tank destroyer for the Soviet Union. Is the other turns out for them. When the Soviets are just moving out as we expected, and the Wehrmacht is about to do much the same. We need to keep an eye on if the Wehrmacht decides to pick a commander soon. But we'll find out soon enough. Ooh, the Soviets rushed some pioneers, some sappers down here to set some sandbags up. They're preparing to hold it around this area near the fuel. Yep, first shots have been exchanged. And the shots might also be exchanged up here. Sappers have encountered pioneers across most of the front line by the looks of it. So this will be a little bit more tricksy for either side to get to the fuel. The Wehrmacht might be waiting to get enough munitions for a Gebaldeladung, but that's going to take a while without any points to actually give them munitions. Need to be a little bit cautious. And while more Soviets are arriving. Up here there's just a little bit of a standoff too. Germans please have some more sandbags. But the Germans do need to capture the connecting points to get resources. We actually have an Aufklar on the field here, so recon infantry. It looks like down south that the Soviets so far are losing the firefight. Looks like Clarence here has gone for Fallschirmjäger, so we might see the Luftwaffe being used today. Which works a little bit more on the Eastern Front, because I think on the Eastern Front the Germans didn't lose air superiority just as quickly as they did on the Western Front. As I don't believe the Red Air Force was as good at contesting the skies like the Americans and the British were. That said, the Soviets do have a lot of rifles here. So the ground is most certainly contested heavily. You see a squad of Grenadiers trying to get around the flank here. Oh, getting inside this ship, but this ship cannot have fire at this angle. They only have 2 windows there. So the Wehrmacht is not going to do well there. Meanwhile, looks like the Waffen-SS is holding up here. Sturmgrenadiers behind some sandbags. Sturmgrenadiers probably also has to pull back, but they'll probably secure some territory before they decide to pull back. We also have the Aufklars moving forward to capture territory. Aufklars do capture territory much faster than other infantry, in case you're wondering, because they are considered recon infantry. The Sturmgrenadiers will be able to hold behind these sandbags for a long time. It looks like we also have another squad of Sturmgrenadiers coming up here. But the Soviets are securing the munitions points, which will be a problem for the Germans. When the Grenadiers could be in a crossfire right now, which is not where they want to be. Because there's going to be a lot of Soviets coming their way. Yeah, that's a lot of Soviets. These Grenadiers need to just get out of there, but it might already be too late. Oh, I suppose certainly too late. The Soviets are just surrounding them from all angles. And here comes another squad of Grenadiers up behind the bushes. They're encountering Fonsevikis. These are much more qualified Soviet soldiers, more professionals compared to the conscripts. Oh, rifle grenade overshoots, but does kill one of the Soviets. Sturmgrenadiers has secured the munitions point here in the center. And fighting will be continuing up north, I'm assuming. We also have a squad of Panzerjägers coming out on the field here for the Waffen-SS. Armed with an anti-tank rifle, a Panzerbüchse. The Wehrmacht has to pull back. They do have an MG-34 coming up here. Sturmgrenadiers securing the center here. Vansvigi are able to shoot them in the rear though. But these are very good infantry, so they are very accurate with their shots. I actually don't think that Vansvigi want to be there. They are providing a little bit of a distraction for this other squad, but they are still being shut up. Wait, being tossed. Looks like the Aufklar staying alongside the Sturmgrenadier now. So far looks like the Soviets have secured the southern flank. The Wehrmacht has not been able to push the Soviets off.
Fresh mortar crew has arrived.
Pioneers trying to rush behind the Hader, being supported there by the MT-44. Able to fire 900 rounds per minute, I'm pretty sure. While the MT-42 can fire 1,200 rounds per minute. We do have a Soviet Maxim machine gun coming up here. Probably around 700, 600 rounds per minute, I'm assuming. Much older machine gun, used in the First World War II. The Soviets were not very quick to modernize their machine gun usage, unfortunately. But the Maxim is very reliable. It's water-cooled, as you can see. Very unique little design there. Sturmheim is moving up to secure the munitions point there. And here we have a much more modern Soviet machine gun, the Dushka. This is basically a Soviet 50 caliber machine gun. Very potent. It's still used today, I'm pretty sure, by the Russians and other Eastern European countries that had Soviet stock of them. Because a 50 caliber bullet is just a 50 caliber bullet. That will hit you very hard. So we also have a universal carrier here, Lend-Lease from the British Commonwealth of the Soviet Union. Conscripts are trying to advance here. They have managed to suppress the Storm Pioneers, but the MT-34 can suppress the conscripts. We also have a mortar here from the Wehrmacht. We also have the Grenadiers down here armed with some Gewehr 43s to provide some semi-automatic fire against the conscripts. Universal carrier needs to be a little bit cautious. It's not that actually, there's not a lot here to actually pierce it at range, but the MT-34 can certainly suppress it if it gets into range of it. Oh, PBS-8 is equipped here in the Fonsaviki with drum magazines, so that's a lot of firepower. 71 rounds in each gun. And you can see that's already winning in this engagement against the Storm Grenadiers. There's just too many bullets coming their way. We also have an MG-34 coming up here from the Waffen-SS. Able to open a lot more fire there. Also, the Waffen-SS set up forward headquarters back here to operate from. We also have an officer arriving here from the Waffen-SS at Untersturmführer. Try and lead the front line, at least oversee what's going on. We also have a squad of Fallschirmjägers here for the Wehrmacht, some German paratroopers, mostly dedicated to very elite ground infantry later on in the war, as the Germans gave up on airborne operations quite early on, I believe. I believe they gave up on it after Crete, because that was very costly for them, even though they did succeed in taking Crete. T-70 also going to be arriving soon. The MT-34 is going to lock down the center here for a while. So we have an artillery strike being called here by the Untersturmführer. It's going to be precision barrages probably around here. Yep, precision barrages are coming in from the light infantry guns behind the front line. You can hear them whistling through the air. There's still a lot of Soviets nearby. We also have a T-70 light tank arriving here for the Soviet Union. We also have a Soviet officer arriving here, a lieutenant. The Dushka machine gun is also fighting nearby, but there's a Sturmgrenadier squad nearby with an MG-42 on them. Here comes the T-70. Just be careful, they don't know if there's Panzerfaust in these squads. Big assault going out here. Aim for the Dushka. Oh, reputation run almost killed all of them now from the T-70. Main gun lost on the T-70. Most of the driver also got injured. Gonna take a while before this thing can move again. Now the Panzerbüchse is not having a lot of luck penetrating it though. They can't really do much in the condition it's in. The Soviets are pushing up along the front line. We also have a squad of shock troopers down here. Elite Soviet infantry equipped entirely with automatic weaponry generally, or semi-automatic weaponry. They have been upgraded mostly with PBS-8s though, as you can see. Quickly opening fire with all those automatic weapons that are not suppressed anymore, or are not pinned down. They overran that position. The Germans so far losing a lot of ground. T-70 is managing to pull back for repairs. That's taking a severe amount of damage though. Also a Pack 40 being rolled up here by the Waffen assists. Try and deal with any Soviet armor that might come their way. Yeah, I don't think the Foskin is going to win that engagement. The shock troopers and the conscripts are just too many bullets coming their way now. Well, they do have an MT-34 on them. One you can see being laid down here, trying to apply some suppressor fire. There's just too many Soviets downrange.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Also Panzer IV F1 arriving here for the Wehrmacht. And they should be able to push the Soviets back somewhat. Soviets are preparing with 80 guns still. They're bringing one in soon. The Germans still hold a good bit of the ground. Here comes the Panzer IV F1. Oh, misses the first shot on the Universal Carrier. Things should probably start pulling back. The F1 is armed with a basically a low velocity 75mm. It was like an early version of the Panzer IV here. Has got improved armor skirts, as you can see. But that snub-nosed gun is not that efficient against enemy armor. It is, however, a pretty good infantry support tank. Artillery going in around here. The Ordnance Fears should probably decide to pull back. Here comes artillery from the Soviet lieutenant, and the Ordnance Fears not pulling back. And that's his. Oh, that hurts, yeah. They somehow survived. But the Panzer IV is slowly advancing here. There's actually not a lot to fight it. Only the 80 gun that's arriving could do it. Even then, the Panzer IV could get around the flank of it. There's also the Fallschirmjäger supporting it. One of these squads have been equipped with their FG-42s. A very unique weapon that only really was used by the German paratroopers, as far as I know. It's basically a wonder weapon kind of thing that's capable of performing any role you need. Like, it's a very rare weapon. Oh yeah, they're already suppressing the assist gun. So the Germans are just gonna start advancing. Oh, canister round took out a lot of the crew. And they cleared out the position. Now the Germans have the upper hand down south. Shock troopers are on the flank though. They don't really have much that can deal with a tank. They are beating up the Fallschirmjägers though, as you can see. Here comes the Panzer IV. The Universal Carrier's not gonna be able to do anything to it. Yeah, Universal Carrier got beaten out. And the Soviet Civil Fort headquarters down south. But that could be overrun soon if this Panzer IV can just keep doing its thing. So they keep it back for now, just be safe. You know, the Soviets are still trying to push the other flank. 70 got hit by the AC gun. Montenegro trying to get around their PPSHs. There's some good damage there to the Panzerjägers. This pack gun now has to pull back. But the Germans have a recon team out in the middle of the field here, which is providing them a good little idea what the Soviets are doing. They're so far still not been detected. Oh, Udestin is trying to advance, but he might win that engagement, but he lost a lot of health on his squad. Sturmgewehr is equipped here on the Sturm Pioneers, the world's first proper assault rifle, which is also the one most assault rifles are based off today, I'm pretty sure. At least the concept of it. Very potent weapon. And very iconic. And it really showcases the ingenuity and engineering skills of the Germans. The Panzer IV here is taking some damage from something. Probably a grenade of some kind. Oh, probably this Valentine tank that was relocated down here. Another Lend-Lease weapon provided by the British Commonwealth to the Soviets. The Valentine tank became quite popular amongst the Soviets as an aggressive recon tank. And they certainly used it aggressively. It's a light tank you really should not underestimate. I think it's a medium tank, but it has pretty good armor and its gun is pretty good for its size. So you kind of need to be a little bit cautious around if you're a German. Oh, that's a Panzerfaust though. Oh, it manages to back off in time. Another Panzerfaust attempt. But the Valentine is out of range. Oh, we have a hand mortar here on the Soviet shock engineers. Oh, missed though. I don't think the Soviets can keep that position for much longer. These Germans are laying down a lot of fire on them. Another shot with the hand mortar. Oh, manages to take out the cover, some of the cover of the Fallschirmjägers and suppress them. Another shot there. Overshot though. It's not the most accurate weapon, especially while you're suppressed. Being suppressed does lose your accuracy a lot, so do be careful. Do be mindful of that. That's a very big overshot there. Meanwhile, up here, the T-70 is advancing. It might spot this recon team. Yeah, they've been spotted. As you can see, vehicles need to be very close to spot infantry. The man has lost sight of them already. Recon infantry are pretty sneaky. But I think the T-70 is trying to look for them. Unfortunately, they have no means of stopping a tank, which is why they're just trying to get out of there. Now the Soviets overrunning the south again. Actually, they're retreating. Probably down to the fort headquarters. Panzer IV is moving forwards, but it's still damaged. So we have a plane flying over here from the Germans. They're dropping in some supplies here, a Raketenwerfer as well as an MT-42. You can certainly make use of that. Oh, we have a Stock E or Stock G arriving here. The assault gun of the Wehrmacht. Probably the most used German combat fighting vehicle. Much cheaper to produce than a tank because you don't need to produce a turret on top. People sometimes mistake a stock for a tank destroyer, but that's not what a stock is. A stock is an assault gun, which means it's actually intended to supporting infantry. First, because of its shape, people think it's like a tank destroyer. That said, it's still pretty good at destroying tanks, because that is still a pretty big gun on it. It's a 76mm high velocity, I'm pretty sure. A good flanking shot there takes out the T-70. Engine is on fire, and this thing is out of control now. There it goes. Also, it's a pretty fast rate of fire. Looks like this one is called Elizabeth, according to that little marker. They made a little bit of like a teeth with eyes on the turret, on the gun of it. That's pretty funny. And crews would often customize their vehicles, especially crews that survive for a long time. We have a 2-1 here, the scout car, or armored scout car of the German army in the Second World War. At least one of them. Or the one that's most like an actual car. It is being upgraded with Radpanzer, which actually improves its armor tremendously. So Valentine needs some repairs here. The Soviets need to get some engineers towards that Valentine. Oh, but the Soviets have checked up fast here. Are they rushing for an IS-2? They might be rushing for the Soviet heavy tanks. That might be very risky too, because the Germans have secured a lot of ground here. They're going to be able to dig in soon. Stock has been set into ambush mode here. Putting some foliage on it and just waiting. That's a lot of Soviet infantry coming down the road. They're all moving in a very easy place to shoot them, because roads here are considered negative cover. This makes you a lot easier to hit. And the Germans have got heavy cover to work with here. And the 2-2 remains back here to provide some suppressive fire. Wait on the Storm Pioneers, force them off. There's an MG-42 on the top of the 2-1. Oh, Panzer IV got destroyed down here. Taken out by the Sis gun here. Missed that. This Sis gun is not going to be able to get away easily. It's on a lot of fire.
We have lost a squad.
This 2-1 is just going to be able to lay down a lot of suppressive fire on infantry. It's a good little thing to have on the flank. Or I guess in the center at the moment. But the Waffen-SS is holding down here. We also have Flammhetzer coming out. This is a tank destroyer that was designed on the Czech Panzer 38T, I'm pretty sure, but instead of a cannon this time, they converted it into a flamethrower, basically. One of Germany's last-ditch weapon attempts, basically. Germany got quite desperately at the end of the war, and designed a lot of very weird things. Yeah, this thing is a flamethrower, and it's pretty lethal against the infantry formations. Yeah, but it's still unable to dislodge the Soviets from the spot. Oh, Soviets also have a medic station back behind this barn. Find them a little bit more of a presence to maintain their troops here. And one of the Soviets are T-posing. Looks like that's a bug there. Oh, Valentine's not gonna last long here. Yeah, gonna take down there by the Stuck. Stuck should probably decide to pull back here. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, that took a lot of damage for that AT rifle actually, and then the AT got down here. That Stuck will be saved, I think. They just need to keep pulling it back. Flamheads is also driving forwards. Oh, the Soviets need to set this up to face the Flamheads. Oh, over penetration. Looks like the Hetzer might be able to back off safely. You know, the Soviets are digging in down here with a dirt bunker of some kind. Well, Fallschirmjägers here being equipped with FT-42s as well as a Kettenpanzerbüchse, or the Panzerschreck. Basically the Germans' bazooka, so to speak. I do believe it was superior to the bazooka in almost every way. But I do believe the Germans didn't actually invent the concept. I think the Germans saw the Americans' bazooka in North Africa and basically designed the Panzerschreck basically after it and basically just made a superior bazooka. Which also sounds like something the Germans would do. The Germans copied a lot of enemy equipment they could get their hands on they found was good. Happened a lot on the Eastern Front, surprisingly. This is the Rakettenwerfer. Basically think of this as a mobile, towed, even bigger Panzerschreck, firing 8.8 centimeter rockets. This is some pretty big rockets this thing is firing.
The new Grenadier squad is ready.
Oh yeah, the 221 is still holding here with the Radpanzer. It's also been pushed up, so it's trying to be like a little bit of a cover position. And yeah, the Radpanzer is sitting from anti-tank rifle shots so far in the front. Yeah, that Radpanzer really makes a difference. Oh, that one shot came through and did a lot of damage. Looks like it went straight through and hit the engine in the back. And there it goes. Ooh, Hetzer should probably not be backing off with it up with his behind like that. That's where it's least armored. But vehicles certainly are not very maneuverable. Oh. Demo charge was set up here, but it failed to hit the Soviets who were hit behind the sandbags here. The Soviets are slowly starting to pressure the Germans here, but this Flamheads is going to stop any infantry push up for the center. The Soviets just don't have anything that can actually fight these Flamheads frontally. Need to get some tanks out, but I get a feeling they're still saving up and rushing for the IS-2. Oh! As I got this hit in the flank by the tank hunters and then assists. It gets taken out. We have a pretty long battle ahead of us here. Oh, looks like the Germans starting to use incendiary mortar rounds down here in the Soviets in trench positions. Makes sense. You kind of want to dislodge them any way you can. The incendiary weapons are just such a war crime. Does horrible, horrible things to people. We have some more Germans coming up here. In case you're wondering, incendiary weapons are just all just basic big war crimes because burning someone is basically destroying them on a cellular level, and it's a very painful and long way to go. Probably the most painful way to die because your neurons are literally being set on fire. Oh, another squad goes down there to the Sturmgewehrs. At least being killed by bullets will just I mean, you die from shock pretty quickly. Oh, there's a minefield set up here by the Germans. Oh, that's painful. Well, yeah, dying to incendiary weaponry is like one of the worst ways to go, as I understand. Germans still trying to push up here, but the Soviets just remain entrenched and not giving up this position easily. Might be another incendiary mortar round coming in soon. Oh, Germans spotted a smoke grenade, so we'll provide some cover. You know, the Soviets are trying to advance up here again. They've also brought minefields now to clear out this minefields. This is the Sprengminen. This is basically like a jumping mine. I'm not sure how it works specifically, but it is able to detect when something comes near, and the mine will literally jump up in the air and then explode, releasing basically fragmentation balls in every direction. Very horrible weapon. Oh, and this is a Goliath! This is a remote-controlled German bomb. And also the technology, I believe, you know, small radio cast that as a toy is based on. It was based on technology that the Germans developed for this thing. And this thing is terrifying. It's a small bulletproof bomb that you can just drive towards the enemy, and unless they don't have a big enough caliber, they cannot do anything to harm this thing. It is very dangerous. And they're just driving up here to hide it. Oh, cheeky. And the Soviets know it's there. What are they gonna do about it? Oh, wasted on one Soviet guy. That is not very economical. The Goliath is not that cheap. There's a funny scene in the first Company of Heroes game in the American campaign, where you see some American paratroopers approach a bridge, and a Goliath drives up onto it, and they have no idea what they're looking at. Because you need to imagine, this is like the first time they're seeing whatever the hell that thing is. And then it just explodes in their face on the bridge and takes the bridge with them. It's one of those weapons where when the Allies first encountered it, they had no idea what it was. They didn't even think it was a weapon at first. Because who could imagine a remote-controlled little driving bomb? Like, that must have been very weird technology to first witness back then. Like, the Germans had a lot of very weird technological achievements they managed to make during the war. Oh, Stock managed to hit 3 of theOnsvigi there, but they're still getting close, and they do have anti-tank grenades. Can they get close enough? Oh, mine hit them! That's that squad gone. We have an artillery strike going into this gun. Yep, lots of fighting going on here today. But that's a big artillery strike actually mixed in amongst it all. More stocks coming out here for the Waffen-SS. Oh! Once we got around that corner here with the PPSH, just mowed down the Sturmgrenadiers. You know, down here the Soviets are still trying to advance. They're on the incendiary mortar fire now more. Goes some Panzer IV-H here. Probably the ultimate variant of the Panzer IV. Best armor, best turret, and best gun. Also the most expensive Panzer IV, I'm pretty sure. Oh, and I see what the Soviets are building. They're setting up a B4. A 203mm howitzer, also nicknamed Stalin's Sledgehammer. So they're not really setting up. There we go, now they're setting up. But yeah, this thing fires really big shells. And Stalin's Sledgehammer is a nickname most well earned. It can destroy most things with a direct hit. If not everything that the Germans have, actually. Like, if something is hit directly by a 203mm shell, it is getting vaporized, leaving practically nothing left. So that's a pretty big gun the Soviets bring to the front line. But still, the Germans control most of the front line. They're doing their best here to just ensure they're bleeding the Soviets out. They've so far done it, the Soviets are down to almost half their points. So it's not looking good. Actually, they are about to have their points, I think. So, it is not looking good for the Soviet Union. The Germans need to keep at this attrition rate here. Which is very weird for the Germans to say. A double Panzer IV-H now in the field. That's another pretty decent armor here in the field here for the Wehrmacht. I'm not sure how long the Soviets can hold against all these tanks. Like, the shock troopers are getting behind good cover. It will buy them a lot of time. Especially because it doesn't look like the Germans want to push their tanks close, as they can risk being hit by anti-tank weaponry then. B4's not ready. But this thing is expensive to fire and it needs to take time to aim. Where are they gonna fire it on, though, is the question. Because this thing takes a while before it can fire again. It's a very big gun and it's also very close to the front line, so it's very vulnerable. Like, the Germans are not far from it. They need to decide what they want to do because they cannot hold this area for much longer. We have another stock arriving here for... Oh, it's firing. No, it's been set to counter barrage mode. So whenever the Germans use an artillery piece, this thing is going to try and counter fire on it. But I think the Germans are about to spot it. Yeah, I think the Germans have spotted it before. They know they need to take this thing out quick. Flamethrower attempted to slow down the Panzer IV. That grenade's not going to do anything to the tank. Reputation grenades do nothing to Panzers. Oh, it's trying to fire. It's probably got an artillery piece. It's aiming for this mortar here. Feels like a little waste to fight on a mortar, but who am I to judge? It's gonna fire a shell. Oh. That's gonna be a dead mortar. No, never mind. It hit this over here. So obviously kill one guy and shock most of them. Oh, one Panzer IV taken out.
One of our panzers has been destroyed.
I don't think the Serbs can hold this position for much longer. Oh, the stocks are arriving for the Wehrmacht too. It's applying a lot of extra pressure. We have an Ostwind coming out here for the Waffen-SS. A German anti-air vehicle, but can also be used for anti-infantry duty. And with a 3.7mm flag, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we have an Su-85 here, the Soviet tank destroyer of choice. Armed with an 85mm gun. This thing can kill most German vehicles that are not of the heavy variant. But yeah, this B4 is in jeopardy. You don't want to give the Germans access to a B4. And the Soviets are just being pushed back slowly and steadily. A very good game here, guys. And we're already 32 minutes in. Stock's doing his best here. Oh, Stock got taken out there by the Su-85. Su-85s are pretty damn good at what they do. And the Stock is not really capable of fighting a tank destroyer frontally. Ah, the SIS can use an artillery piece here. The SIS is actually a multi-purpose gun, it's not just an anti-tank gun. It's what's called a field gun, so it can work as a small artillery piece as well as an anti-tank gun. Although it's not the best at either, but it can perform both. You know, the Germans are slowly advancing, they're creeping closer to that B4. It's firing again. Oh, hit right next to the Panzer IV. Hit right next there. Shocked them a lot. They're still alive. But the Germans know they need to push up on this B4 and take it out. It probably would be worth self-destructing it here. You don't want this thing to fall into German hands. Ah, it's been cleared out. And now the Germans could seize it. Oh, so it's gonna hit the side here of the Panzer IV. I guess it's taken out. Oh, we also got a tank on us nearby. Stock has an MG42 on top though. Oh. So I guess to pull back quickly there.
Our foes have 300 points remaining.
Su-85 is just being a little bit of a menace here in the center, but artillery is going in. We also have a T-34-76 arriving. The workhorse of the Soviet army. Oh, artillery hit straight on the Su-85, taking some decent damage, but not much else. And more conscripts being sent to the front line here. Applying more numbers for the Soviets. I suppose we're being loaded there. Overshoots. Flies straight over and fire somewhere in the distance. Wonder where it'll hit. Now here's the problem with a lot of the Soviet tanks, they don't have good gun depression. They're not good at hitting targets that are low to the ground. Then again, these vehicles were kind of mass-produced. And again, quantity is a quality all its own. And the Germans have brought forward the Sturmtiger. They're not playing around anymore. This thing fires a 38 centimeter shell. This thing can destroy also practically anything it decides to shoot at. But this thing takes a long time to reload. Yeah, it's already taking aim here. We'll follow it. Take aim. And here it comes. Oh, that's taking a while. There we go. Yeah, just completely vaporized anything there. And it is so loud that it literally deafens you on the screen, which I think everyone noticed. You can also see the crew reloading it here. It's so big they require to actually get components of the shell in from outside. The Soviets are somewhat on the back foot now. What can they do? The Germans really are bleeding them out. This is really well played from the Germans. Also, the B-4 has been recruited. They're also going to set up a bunker next to it. Trench is being hit here by the Soviets. Truck is trying to be repaired at the front line.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
Also, we have another artillery strike being called here by the officer. A quick little bit of a no man's land this area by the looks of it. Artillery is going into the Soviet positions again. So there's going to be light infantry fire now. That's it, the Soviets are still losing a lot of infantry. The Soviets are still holding down here somehow. They've still been dislodged. E4's been cleared out again. It is very vulnerable there, close to the front. And the Sturmtiger's waiting for another target. Now this thing is costly to fire constantly because it costs a lot of munitions to fire. But the Germans so far have the munitions stockpile. Most of it is advancing. And now we have the Soviet IS-2 preparing to come out to the field. Probably the most heavily armored tank available to the Allied factions of all, overall. Sturmtiger is advancing, probably getting ready for another shot. What is going to be its target, I wonder? Looks like it has a target in mind. Probably around here. Yeah, here it comes. And there it goes. Just vaporizes something in the front line, but the Soviets already pulled a little bit back. But they realize they have to do something about this. They cannot keep up this pressure from being under fire from this Sturmtiger constantly. And he basically needs to use the crane here to load the segments of the shell. And back in. While they're actually repairing it like that, they're actually vulnerable. So if you actually attack them while they're reloading, you can actually crew the tank and capture it. Oh, looks like they're stuck around the flank and cleared out some Soviets. Tank on the squad is hunting it though. Panzerfaust in the rear. Now it's going to be an easy target. Soviet AT rifle just shooting in the rear very quickly and takes it out. Soviets are still working hard. Doing their best to try and make a comeback here. Let's see if the IS-2 can change that for them. Most of them will not be able to win a fight against the T-34. They can blind it though with each shot. But yeah, one shot from the T-54 is all it takes to clear out the turret there. Here comes the IS-2. The Joseph Stalin tank. The heaviest vehicle available to the... no, probably not the heaviest, but probably the most well-armored vehicle available to the Allied forces. This thing can basically go toe-to-toe with a Tiger tank, and it can sometimes even go toe-to-toe with a King Tiger if it's close enough. So this thing should be feared. Has a pretty good gun on it. I believe it's 102mm? It might actually be 122mm. And they also fire high explosive rounds as a space round, so yeah. Also a lot of damage against fortified positions and infantry. We'll see if the Cavalry can even hit it. Nope, not cleared out.
We have lost a pack gun.
So the Germans sling some infantry northwards.
Crew, the fighting has lowered the enemy down to 200 points.
So the Germans are so far still winning. Another SU-85 coming out. So I can get a flank shot here in the C-54. Right, good shot there.
SU-85 tank destroyer ready.
And there goes, T-54 gone. Oh, Blue Grenade, they're killing a lot of the Storm Grenadiers. You know, the IS-2 is going to be quite a problem down here for the Germans. They do have a pack gun and some panzer trucks around. But this thing is very hard to fight frontally. It is meant to work as a breakthrough tank, so it's kind of intended to face frontally into formations and fortifications and break through them. Probably one of the better tanks that the Soviets designed. Oh well, better built. Yeah, it's gonna fail to penetrate. Still does some deflection damage though. Oh, shot hit the wreck there. There was a wreck in the way. Failed to penetrate again. B4's firing. That's gonna be very close range. Oh. And it stuns everything near the shell, as you can see. Oh, they hit the mortar because it's still in counter barrage mode. Oh, there's also a German howitzer back here. Trying to fight back. No, up here the Germans are still assaulting the Surge positions. They're doing a good job of that. The Surge don't have a lot of points left. The Soviets need to do something to make a breakout. This German recon team has done a lot of work. Just keeping an eye on what the Soviets are doing. Like, this is allowing the Germans to really know what's going on at the front line. B4's being flanked again. But this IS-2 is still going to be a problem for the Wehrmacht. Oh, IS-2 actually cleared out the B4. Oh, friendly fire. It is a very inaccurate gun. Oh, Panzerschreck hits and penetrates. Oh, some good damage there to the IS-2. Let's go try for another shot here in this barn. Hit something in the road instead, but the Panzerschreck team has been cleared out. So still looking not looking good for the Soviet Union. Another SU-85 arriving. And while the Germans are just entrenching further, and the Sturmtiger is just waiting for a target. Yeah, the Soviets having a big... Oh! Good shot from the Sysgun there. It can sometimes do its thing. And looks like the Sturmtiger is gonna respond in kind. Might be a little bit overkill, but who am I to judge? Oh wait, got aiming around here. There it comes. Oh. You can see just vaporized everything there. Panzer IV meanwhile is trying to push down here, but gets by the Sis gun. Sis team is still holding the line. IS-2 still being repaired here. It's gonna take a while to repair this thing. Like, the heavier the vehicle, the longer it takes to repair it, in case you're wondering. Or well, rather, the more complex the vehicle, the longer it takes to repair it. I assume the IS-2 is pretty damn complex for a Soviet vehicle.
The enemy is trying to destroy a structure.
Oh, the Soviet IV headquarters got destroyed down here. Perhaps the man finally be forced to leave this area soon. B4 is going to be counter-barraging again. They're going to turn to fire the German howitzer. Honestly, they can even lift that. It's honestly surprising. Here it comes. It's firing. It's going to be aiming straight here. Not bullseye, but they hit a lot of stuff around it.
One of our emplacements is under attack.
But the shock troopers have got some good cover here behind this tank wreck. Oh, and then they got hit by a mortar. Now the fighting vehicles are assaulting them. Or smoke grenade to try and cover their retreat. So that does save a veteran there.
Su-85, combat ready. Prepared to execute.
And they reloaded the Storm Tiger again.
Orders complete.
The Soviets need to do something to break through because they are running out of time. They're almost up to 100 points. Which is not the position you want to be in as the Soviet Union. If there's a faction that can make a comeback, it is the Soviets. They're probably the faction that can make the biggest comebacks very suddenly. Because they just get more manpower income than the other factions to compensate. Alright, just advancing here. Valentine tank is supplying a little bit of recon support. Handstrike failed to hit. We're gonna have a Panzerfaust attempt here from the Volksgrenadiers. Hits and does some good damage. But Volksgrenadiers do die for it. And the IS-2 is gonna pull back again from that. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Soviets. Capitan has been called to the front line here. Try and see if he can salvage this situation. Looks like the Sturmtiger might be a requisition for the southern flank with the IS-2. Or not. Have they got a new target here on the front line? It has. It's gonna be aiming for this Capitan, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's aiming for the captain. He needs to get out of there. Oh, this is gonna be painful. Oh! Painful. Painful to watch. E-Force ready for action again. It's still in counter-barrage mode. I don't think it's gonna fire unless they have the munitions for it to actually do a counter-barrage shot. Shock was advancing though, and when they get close enough, they just shred things. IS-2's almost ready for action again. Technically, he's still ready for action. He just don't want to risk without being in full health, apparently. Shock was gonna behind some more cover. E-Force firing again now. Counter-barrage shot. Only 75 points. Oh god, the Soviets need to do something. They do not have long. They need to get to either this one here or the one on top, but I don't think they can get to the one up top. It's too far behind the German line. They need to make a push for the center somehow. IS-2 is advancing. Looks like the German howitzer got taken up by the B4. Is the B4 gonna... Is the IS-2 gonna go for the center? They need to do something. Because they're running out of time. It looks like the Soviets are deciding to go for the center. They need to just push through. Needs to be cautious of his movements, though. Oh, yeah, the Germans realize what's happening. They realize the IS-2 is coming. Oh, Stockmeyer taking the shot a little bit too early. Hansi gets around and on the flank. Oh. Panzerstrike fails to penetrate. That's how armored this thing is. And the Soviets are going for it. They need to just do it. And the Sturmtiger's taking that shot. Sending down here. Doesn't hit the IS-2. And the Soviets will be able to decapture the victory point in the center, I think. That'll buy them more time. But Germans probably still don't feel too scared just yet. Because it's kind of been their game for most of it, victory point-wise. We'll see if the Soviets can turn this around now. But if the Germans can take out this IS-2, the Soviets probably cannot do much to hold. Yeah, there's also pack guns on the flank here. They're just trying to get any angle they can. Oh, stuck at Singapore about issue 85. Pack gun's gonna open fire here on the flank. Fails to penetrate, deflects right off the side of the turret, you can see. On a building collapse there by the IS-2. Needs to maintain its front to the enemy. That's the most important thing here. Anti-4H on the flank here. Oh no, it's going to shoot straight to the pack gun. Still failed to penetrate. Fails to penetrate there. Oh, IS-2 taking a lot of damage here. Main gun loader has been injured. It's going to take a long time to reload that gun now. Need to pull back for repairs. Oh, but it has allowed the Surge to start pushing up here. But they need more men on the front line to just keep pushing. They need to keep the Germans off the central victory point. Yeah, Saba's already working on repairing the IS-2. Another shot here from the Sturmtiger. Takes all the infantry around this H-85. Turning them into a fine red mist. Probably not even a red mist. That's how big that explosion is. More Soviets are pushing forwards. IS-2 is being repaired as fast as it can. Getting it pretty fast because these two very specialized no, only one of them is actually specialized as a repair team. That said, there's still two teams working on it. Oh, Germans are getting out to the victory point. The Soviets cannot allow that to happen. IS-2 is already moving. Second IS-2 is coming into production. And with two IS-2, it's going to be much more difficult to fight them. At least to force the Germans off the point. And the escort is going to try and flank. Probably a little bit of a suicide maneuver, not gonna lie. Yeah, very much a suicide maneuver. Oh god. That 122mm gun, when it hits something, it's just... ugh. Some guy is gonna try and get in the point here to stop the conscripts. Actually, oh, they were trying to see if they could get the gun, but nope. Oh, that's a lot of their Sturm Grenadiers. Sturm Grenadiers are not cheap to replace. Whereas these conscripts are super cheap to replace. Molotov cocktail going towards the pack. I think the crew might actually die. They're gonna burn up here. Oh, no, they failed to get it. They failed to get the pack to safety. The IS-2 ready for action fully. Where's the Sturmtiger? Sturmtiger is pulled all the way back here. Only you guys in the front line is actually in danger now. The Soviets are actually pushing up pretty far. Stock gets taken up by the AS-85. And the IS-2 is moving up again. Now suddenly the Germans are on the back foot. Suddenly they realize they actually just cannot fight frontally against the Soviets like this. They need to find a way to take out these IS-2s or push on the flanks. That's not easy to do. And the IS-2 is going to prevent anything from pushing up at this central victory point. And the Soviet shock troops remain stubbornly holding down south. Not sure how. I believe these are shock troopers now? Stormtroopers? No. They're going for more Sturm Grenadiers. Sturmtiger's ready for action again. They need to focus on taking out these IS-2s. Yep, Sturmtiger's firing. But the IS-2 can back off in time, I think. H-85 gets cleared out. Yeah, IS-2 backed off in time. Second IS-2 has arrived. That's gonna be a little bit more of an issue for the Germans now. There's 2 heavy tanks to face them. And the Soviets can now truly try and just hold the line. Oh, Pac-Man to penetrate the IS-2. Sometimes you can overextend those heavy tanks a little bit too much. They're still trying to see if they can get onto the point. They're just gonna go the IS-2 to move to shoot again. Oh, they don't pop the smoke grenade. But the IS-2 can just fire through the smoke and gets a good hit. The only thing that's scary in an IS-2 is a veteran IS-2, so always remember that. The longer this thing fights and get better at fighting, the more of an issue it'll become. That's the faster they'll get at reloading that gun. That said, the Germans are still not bleeding much points at the moment. The Soviets can probably work towards flanking up here if they can get enough units to get through. Because this IS-2 is just going to keep holding the center, I think. That's not going to change. So the Capitan on the fields. Oh, he's a very brave officer trying to go for the point himself. Oh, I'm just being shot in the flank from the Ostwind. Being reduced to minced meat. And the IS-2 is going to avenge him. Killed most of the, they actually killed the people in the turret somehow. Very lucky. The IS-2 takes it out from the flank. Sturmtiger still waiting for a new target. Actually, it has to reload. They don't have the munitions to actually reload the thing anymore. They've been using it too much. Oh, looks like this SU-85 is taking some damage to its tracks. Medic station set up here for the Soviets. E4 still firing in counter barrage mode every now and then. The Germans still just preventing the Soviets from also getting to the point. So now it's kind of in a stalemate, which actually is to the Soviets' advantage. You really don't want to be in a stalemate with the Soviet Union because they can begin to bleed you out from there. The more artillery going in on both sides. And lots of shells there, but not really hitting much. Sabers trying to take the point. That's a lot of Germans. I can look at them. They're just not getting their shots in right at the moment. 5 grenade going out. And they succeed in taking the point somehow. Oh. Again, the 122mm is just doing a lot of work. No hearts are being set up here by the Wehrmacht. Actually, this is for the Waffen. This says never mind. I guess both of the German commanders have access to howitzers. Luftwaffe just keeps losing theirs to the B4. Another bunker being set up here by the Soviet Union. Quickly duck into the dirt. So there's smoke being fired across the front line. Let's see what the smoke is going to be good for here. Probably just intend to try and line the Soviets. But the Soviets are just able to keep the Germans off the point. So again, the Soviets are now slowly turning this around. But for how long can they maintain that pressure? Or at least that advantage, I mean. And when the ice took is a good shot in it, it shows. You have a second B4 now being set up back here. Do the Soviets even have the munitions for all this? This is quite munitions heavy. Artillery going into the German positions, but he just pulled back from the sandbags. You can see not really hitting much. These are just light mortar shells anyway.
Confirm. Orders complete. Squad numbers back at full.
So it's taking in quite firmly. Sentinel will probably remain in Soviet hands for quite a good while. Now it's somewhat calmed down. B4 is ready for action here. Just needs a target. If this thing can just do a full barrage in this area, that could probably be quite decimating on the Germans. Oh, the Soviets are starting to press up here. Probably realize they can actually stretch the front line out. Because the conscripts can pressure on all the other points. You can always use conscripts to probe the enemy flanks. Because conscripts are very cheap. You can basically toss them at any problem or any flank you want to try and probe it. Yeah, they're already going for the victory point. You realize they can do that. Now that's suddenly a threat for the Germans that they have to actually hold up here too. The conscripts alone won't do a lot of damage, but as I said, they're probing and finding ways through.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
Because the Germans were too focused here in the center. And now that's going to be detrimental.
Engineers ready for assignment.
All kinds of close with an AT grenade. Oh, actually, they use Captured Panzerfaust. That's right, because if you're playing a Soviet tank destroyer, you can use Captured Panzerfaust on your conscripts. But the Soviets like to capture the German Panzerfaust and use them. This is pretty neat, actually. There was a lot of using of enemy equipment on the Eastern Front, in case you were wondering. Both sides did it every moment they could. Like, battles in the Eastern Front were quite something else compared to the Western Front. Completely different scale. And completely different number of casualties. Well, the Soviets might soon have enough IS-2s with these two to actually start to punch through the center here. Oh, the B-Force also just shredding the German lines here. They're destroying all the German artillery. So we have a squad of Fallschirm, some Jäger infantry in the front line now. They're trying to get some cheaper infantry to fill the gaps now. This Richard Point is going to fall into German hands again. There's not going to be anything to contest them. But now the Soviets have proven that they can get around the flag there. Now the Germans need to invest in more defenses up here. So again, the Germans are facing a lot of problems. They're also trying to do a push down here. Yes, they probably need to pressure down here themselves. They killed the gunner here in the bunker. Oh, the Jaeger's not going to be able to fight these shock troopers. Especially that shit, they're just being shot to pieces by the PPSHs. That's a lot of bullets flying into this shed here. Yeah, the Jaegers have to pull back. But the Panzer IV has cleared out a bunker. Pretty good battle so far. I'm just getting on the fuel point here again. Realize they probably need this fuel to keep going. Oh shit! Oh god, they're so to bring out another heavy vehicle. They bring out the ISU-152. Probably the heaviest mounted gun on any vehicle the Allied force have access to. This thing, the Sverdio Boy, which is one of its nicknames, is also known as the Beast Killer. This thing can take out Tiger tanks, Panthers, and King Tigers pretty reliably with its 152mm gun. It is an absolutely terrifying vehicle. It's not very well armored though for its size, so it needs to be handled with care. IS-2 heading down here to deal with his Panzer IV. Panzer IV does not want to fight IS-2. This is a completely different weight class, and I think it realizes what's going on. It's just trying to dodge interaction with it. Yeah, this is a completely different weight class. And the MG4, it's just ignoring the MG4 too because it knows that cannot hurt it. Also, it's like an armor-piercing round. And there we go. That's a dead Panzer IV. 122mm armor-piercing round. Instant just goes straight through and kills everyone inside. You know, the Soviets are still pressing up here with conscripts, just being a nuisance and just being a threat. Which has forced the Germans to set up a bunker and keeping a Panzer IV up there to try and hold the line. That's not the best position for the Germans to be in. Although the center is looking somewhat undefended at the moment, although the IS-2 is still back here, just waiting to move up. Oh, both B4s being kept in counter barrage mode? I guess the Soviets really don't want to deal with any German artillery. Which I guess is limiting the Germans' ability to do heavy ordnance. Because anytime they do any heavy ordnance, the B4s are going to start zeroing in on it. Artillery going in here. Again, just the light mortars. Not doing that much damage. Germans are now demo charging up here, which makes sense. They probably want to prevent any flanking. Here's the thing you could do as the Germans, though. You could lay mines. A lot of mines, because German minefields are actually really cheap to lay. And also fits in with what the Germans actually did in real life. The Germans were very insistent on laying mines across their flanks. It was a very commonly used strategy by them.
One of our emplacements is under attack.
Oh, I still got hit there by a pack that actually managed to penetrate. Doing some decent damage. They're taking another shot though. Oh, they actually survive, but then they get killed down by the machine guns.
Destroyed an anti-tank gun.
And we also have the Sphero Boy now, the 152mm. This thing is a huge piece of work. Looks like it's swapping to high explosive rounds. But you can swap between high explosive armor piercing on the ISU. So what's it on now? Yeah, so now it's on high explosive. This thing will now deal with infantry formations and fortifications pretty handily. Less reliable against armored vehicles though, heavily armored vehicles. That said, a 152mm high explosive round is still going to do some good damage to the exterior of your tank. And probably detract you pretty easily. And obviously it's going to shock everyone inside.
One of our emplacements is under attack.
But the question is if it'll see any actions. Oh, there's a number of minesweepers with them. They don't know about the demo charge. They're also staying on the outskirts. They probably realize there might be a demo charge there. Yep, they guessed it. And they avoid damage because of that.
Sniper has arrived. Supply sector under
And they're preventing the Germans from getting onto the victory point here. The Germans have lost this subway. It looked pretty bad for the Soviets for a long time. But then the comeback happens. Sturmtiger's kind of wasting its shots on these things, I think. They need to find these IS-2s and take them out. That should be kind of what their focus is. Yes, the Germans are kind of losing the tank battle here. But the Wehrmacht has lost practically everything. They actually, never mind, they have a lot of infantry. They lost like all their vehicles and they have like a lack of other equipment. This is still fairly healthy, but they lost a lot of their infantry. The Soviets are just applying pressure on the victory point to prevent the Germans from taking it again. But the battle is very much in the Soviets' favor right now. The Soviets are still in this.
The enemy is trying to destroy a structure.
Nice, just moving up for the center here. We're over an hour now, by the way. We are over an hour long. Holy shit, this has been a long match. Way longer than I thought. We also have an SU-100 coming in. Basically, think of it like an SU-85, with a slightly longer gun. For higher velocity.
Emplacements is under attack.
And the IS-2s are just being such a menace to the front line now. Germans still have enough anti-tank equipment that's heavy enough to deal with them. And again, the pack is just being suppressed. They cannot really fire while they're under this much suppression.
The enemy is trying to destroy a structure. Take fire.
Oh, IS-2 in the center took a hit. Took a second hit. Yeah, the Sturmtiger's trying to kill it, but it's just backing off now. He managed to cancel that strike. No, artillery strike coming in here by the Capitan. Actually, no, that's not the Capitan, that's the Lieutenant. of the ISU up here. Not sure what good it'll do there at the moment.
One of our emplacements is under attack.
Been a pretty long and intense battle though.
Troops have arrived.
The B-Force still doing their best in counter barrage mode here. Just shelling any howitzer they can that fires.
Heavy armor has been
What
lost.
can take now? I'm not sure I saw what can take now, but the Wehrmacht on the southern flank are suffering terrifying casualties.
A squad of pioneers has arrived.
Oh, it was probably the Panzer IV up here that got taken out by the ISU. That was probably even with a high explosive round. That's how big that shell is. Like, even medium tanks have a chance of just instantly dying when being hit by such a big high explosive round. Ooh, and now they're threatening the Germans' fighting position here. But it's overextending. This thing is not as armored as you think. Yeah, as you can see, oh yeah, that might have been a bit of an overextension. That's why you need to get infantry near it. Germans gonna Panzerfaust it. Oh, it's almost gone, but it's still driving. Yeah, still gonna try and take a shot. Just hit the road though. Need to pull this thing back for repairs. But the Wehrmacht is probably in crisis mode. They don't know what to do to hold the line. And the IS-2 is ready for action again. The Soviets just need to pull them into action.
Heavy cavalry standing by. Heavy armor ready for action.
Artillery landing here is probably just going to be light artillery again. HE-100 to hold the line here on the cover the flank of the ISU. 100mm should be able to pierce through the Panzer IV when it gets a good shot. Just takes a while to reload that gun. There we go, straight through. IS-2 Savannah's on the southern flank. There's a lot of Soviet medics running around the front line too. You can like see them running around to the various aid stations. Hack managed to get a penetration on the IS-2. It gets cleared out. Now the Soviets just need to get this other IS-2 moving because I think they can break through the center. If they can break through the center, I think the Germans are done for. I don't think they can make a comeback if they can do that. They also cleared out that MG-42 down there. The Soviets able to advance across most of the front line now. I think they've won this. Just doing a comeback with barely any points left thanks to the arrival of heavy armor. The Germans just lacking in the resources to fight back. They have no armor that's good enough to fight back against this. They should probably have called in officers for air support. Like some kind of anti-air airstrikes, anti-tank airstrikes could probably have helped a lot. They do have Luftwaffe on their side, so they could have called in Stuka anti-tank strafing runs, I think. But the Germans just lost so many units. Yeah, Germans win at this point. The Soviets managed to win out. Absolutely insane fight. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.